what's going on. But that's crazy. The AB is crazy.
Whoa.
But honestly, I'm starting to think
I love it. I love the difference.
Bullying for you comes naturally. You get so annoyed whenever
We've got Seids on the call. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you. So I asked you to send me a track, one of yours, that was at a mix state. And then I took that track, ran it into VIRTU. And then once I had it mastered in VIRTU, I sent the A-B comparison track back to you to check out. However, not until this moment. So you ready to play it back?
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it right now.
you hate me, I get it. Sometimes I hate me too. You're a sad one, I get it. Sometimes I stay sad too. Are you lonely? Did your love ever turn out to be phony? Are you sick in bed feeling achy? Is that why you
So what did you think?
I love it. I love the difference. It sounds like so much more clear and you can hear so much more of my track and it's louder. Yeah, I love it. I would definitely use it as a final master.
While you're deep in the mix state with the project you're working on, when you think of mastering, what comes to mind?
I feel like it's like the glue to bringing it all together and like all to life. Yeah, it's like the final gloss.
Are there parts of a mix that you tend to leave to the mastering process?
I mean, not really. I just kind of mix to the best of my abilities. I think like we're all just trying to make it sound like as good as possible as soon as possible. So that's where I'm at with that.
Do you master your own projects or do you take it outside your own production world to someone else?
If it's something like I'm releasing, then I would not master it myself. But if it's like most of the time, the songs I make, I don't release, but I post for social media or for a client. So in that situation, I do it myself.
So what would be your primary target points in a mastering service like VIRTU?
I like it when my tracks sound like kind of crispy and like also a little bit homemade sounding, you know? So that's kind of like what I lean towards and when I tried to hear for. We all want our tracks to sound, you know, quote unquote expensive, but I think there's something to be said of just like, you know, sticking to like your authenticness, and mine is making music in this house. So that's where that comes from.
Looking at VIRTU and looking at the interface, what do you think about the features?
I think it's very like transparent and kind of very approachable. So I like that, especially if you're someone just getting into this. It's definitely helpful. I also like the visuals of it. That kind of like helps expand like what each thing actually does. So I think that's really cool.
Is there anything you'd grab first?
Like I find the hip hop ones are usually like, well, as far as like the presets, like that's the one I usually like end up using, which is kind of random because obviously I don't do hip hop, but I just kind of like the way it does the drums. I'd probably do that first, and then if that didn't work out, I'd probably do pop. I actually used your final master on my final song. So
Oh,
thanks for that.
nice. Now, what are your thoughts about the mastering process through a web browser and the whole mindset of doing it in the cloud?
I think it's nice to kind of be outside of your DAW, honestly, and just kind of get away from the project and listen to it in a different way.
Well, listen, it's been great jumping on the call with you.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for mastering my song.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Houston Singletary for Slate Digital. See you next time.
hate me, I get it.